Yeah, I don't know, to be honest. I've kind of been thinking about not playing any Players Championships next year, to be honest, like giving the whole tour a miss, because like it's so busy and you have to prioritise what you want to do. So I'll see how I feel. It's 34 days of darts, and I might just give it a go at the start and see how it goes. And if it don't go my way, then maybe just give it a miss and just focus on everything else. Because obviously it's a busy lifestyle and not too busy. I see like Michael Smith said yesterday. He's right. You know, you can't moan. We're kind of blessed to be involved in so much darts. So it's not like I'm moaning. It's just might be my decision to be. Do you know what? I might just spend them 34 days at home and miss one big tournament to sacrifice it, and I'll see how it goes. But I do enjoy playing the Pro Tour still a little bit, but yeah, it's hard because when you're playing on the big stage, I play my best when I'm on the floor. I just don't, so yeah, it's harder for me.
Hi, congratulations. Just sum up how you're feeling after that performance.
Yeah, really good. Except for that, that little bit of middle part of the game where I kind of felt like I was enjoying it too much and not very serious like I usually am. It maybe affected me, but apart from that, all the other part of it was really good. I think I take a lot of positive from that 1-3-8 finish. It was another clutch finish that I do so many times, and it put me on the front foot again. Michael was on the front foot then, and if I miss that and he takes it out 8-7 down after being 7-3 up, it can play on your mind. So yeah, that was a big shot, and I managed to really follow up with some good legs afterwards.
Tell us about that magic leg where you were both on the nines, as Wayne would say. You know, what was going through your mind at that point?
Honestly, when Michael missed it, I said to him, "This is my chance to rewrite the same history you did," and he laughed at me, and I was like, I've hit a 9 this week, and I kind of hit the 1-4-1. If that one dart could have been second, it could have been a third. So I was just like, I feel like it could go in here, and I could create a little bit of history, but yeah, it didn't happen, and maybe that sort of moment affected me a little bit, because the next leg I missed like 9-12 darts, and I think that it threw my concentration, and that's why sometimes I'm boring on the stage, because I'm so focused I don't get in them. But yeah, I love Michael Smith to bits. He's a good friend of mine, and it's just so good to see him back playing very naturally and good. Just a long format that he's not played in a long time, and I can really keep my level for a long period of time.
It's a near 105 average, and you won 9 of the 10 last legs there. How important are those performances, especially in longer formats, for your pursuit of the Eric Bristow Trophy and other majors as well?
Yeah, it's just good confidence. It's 109 average nearly on Wednesday and 105 nearly tonight. Just gives you good confidence, because I'm playing the some of the best darts in the tournament. So yeah, it's up to me now to come back on Sunday and produce the same in the semis, and then try and do it in the final if I get through the semis. Because if I produce that level and I don't win, then you just have to, whoever's beating you, shake their hand and say you've been a better player. So it's up to me now to follow them performances up, and put another major title in my hands. Obviously, you're gutted that I didn't win the European Championship, so I'm going to try my best to put one right this year.
And it's Gerwyn Price in the semi-finals. We're sure there'll be fireworks in that match. How excited are you to facing him? Yeah,
of course. It's a big game in the world of darts. He's playing really good, and I'm playing really good, and I'm really confident. He's really confident. So yeah, it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a tight game. I don't think anybody's going to run away with it. I think it's going to be right down to the wire. And for me, it's the game that you want to be involved in, because you want to play the best players in the world, and you want to be involved in these really good games. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. No doubt he'll be looking forward to it, and it's going to be a quality game, I can assure you that.
Perfect. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Luke, congratulations. Be honest, when Michael missed, in your head, were you playing they're both on 9s in Wayne's voice?
Yeah, I was. Honestly, I was, to be honest. Like I just said there, I was like playing the old, this is my chance to rewrite the same history that he did. And, once he missed, obviously I was hoping he was going to hit it, really, because I hit one against him. I was like, you deserve one against me. And he weren't too far away. And then, I was like, well, this is my chance to do it. I mean, how many times do you see a leg like that, to be honest? Very, very rare. You've probably seen it 2-3 times, like Josh, Rock and Luke. Like 3 times in the last 3 years, so it's like a leg that really don't happen very often. So I was like, if I get this one, I might create a bit of history. But it didn't happen, but I lost a little bit of concentration from it. So yeah, I'll learn from that for the next game to not get involved in that, and make sure I'm fully focused and right on it next game.
2 very special performances, and you've won everything in the sport. Is this the best version of you that we've seen?
Yeah, this is. I honestly, I think this is the best I've played for a long time. But I feel, when I won the Grand Prix and the Grand Slam and the Players Championships, I feel like I'm playing better now you know, in the last couple of weeks, couple of months, I'm a better player now than I've ever been, and I feel much more crucial. You know, the doubles sit for that, like I said, that leg, they're much better. Big combination finishes, high scoring. Yeah, I mean, if I can just keep it all together and keep performing like this, then it's down to a really good performance to knock me out. And you know, for me, this is the important thing for me going into the World Championships, because I feel full of confidence. And maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, I didn't feel like I could be a world champion this year, but now I do. I believe I can do it again.
And we saw on your Instagram you had a trapped nerve in the end.
Yeah.
What was that pressure like when that was relieved?
Yeah, honestly, it was painful. I had a physio come round and he's there in it, and he's like, if you let me know if there's any pain. He's there and like, is that like, no, it's all right. It's yeah, it's really painful getting it done, but I suppose you know it's going to help and benefit me. And you know, today I was in Wolves football team's training ground with their physio, sorting it out and telling me things, you know, exercise to do. So I'm very, very lucky that I've had a lot of help, and it's not 100%, but it's miles better than it was on Wednesday. And you know, a couple more days will even benefit me even more. So yeah.
Congratulations, Luke.
Thank you, mate.
Look, congratulations on tonight. You talked about maybe that slight loss of focus in the midpoint of the game. That's so rare for yourself. How did you manage to get that back?
Yeah, oh yeah. Honestly, I felt like the focus went, because like me and Michael share a great friendship, great relationship, and you know, that big leg was just one of them ones that don't happen very often. So I kind of, when it was over, I think I was still high on it. And then obviously I was throwing a few really stray darts. They weren't really going in right. And you know, for me, I thought to myself, you really need to get yourself back on the wagon here, because if you keep letting him win legs, he's going to get confidence from it. And you know, that's just something I do in it. That 138, big shot at the right time. It really helped my confidence. And then, like you see from that, I really pushed on.
You said after the second round that you weren't planning to practice between the second round game and your quarter final. Was that how it ended up being?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, I didn't throw a dart, and even though I was confident coming into today, it's like I don't really know what's changed. You know, last darts I threw was the last dart I threw against Gerwyn on Wednesday. First darts I threw was in the practice room today. It's like you don't know, is it going to go good? Is it going to be really bad? Even though you're confident, but yeah, they were much more natural. You know, I wasn't like really struggling, you know, half an hour to get myself in the rhythm. It kind of was natural. So yeah, of course, more physio tomorrow. And then come here Sunday, and I feel like I should be really near 100%, which is when I'm at my most dangerous.
On the theme of injuries, did you see towards the end of the match that Michael Smith cut his head on his dart, I believe?
I didn't see it until actually the last moment, you know, when I shook his hand and stuff. I said to him, what have you done to your head? And I can't remember what he said, but yeah, it was like he had a couple of cuts on his head. I didn't punch him. I didn't give him an uppercut. But yeah, it's probably something, you know, frustration, I don't know, but fair play to him. He played a really good game tonight, actually. You have to give him a lot of credit. It was just, in the end, he kind of just dwindled a little bit, and that's just like, for someone that's not been at this level for a long time, being in these big formats, it can be harder. So, but yeah, credit to him. He was on it. He was right by my tail for most of the game. There, I just managed to keep a high level up for the whole of the game.
Okay, well done tonight, Luke.
Thank you, mate.
Luke, well done on that win. When we spoke to you in Australia, you said that you'd been struggling and not been quite as sharp since the Premier League, and now you're saying that this is the best version of Luke Humphries that we've ever seen. What's changed in those past few months?
Yeah, just playing more. I think since the Premier League, I probably was like having little gaps for like 9-10 days where you maybe practicing 1 or 2 days, and then you're in a tournament that's not going good. And I just think that when it's like full on and I'm playing all the time, you know, 4 or 5 days a week, you know, I know I've not done great, but in the Pro Tours, you're just practicing there, you're practicing 2 days here, you're playing a couple of exhibitions here. I just think when I'm playing a lot, I feel really smooth, really good, and you know, changing my throw a little bit to a slower version, I just feel much better, and I feel like this is something I'm going to adapt to my game full time. I think that it suits me more, and I throw more meaningful. So yeah, I think for me, it's definitely the change of the rhythm that's helped my game as well.
Even though you've won so much, it's not been that long that you've been at this elite level, say 2 years or so. How do you think that you're learning in that time? I know you've still got a lot to learn compared to these other guys. I mean, Gerwyn Price won his first major years ago, and yet you're world #1 and still relatively inexperienced at this level.
Well, of course, kind of. I think, you know, for me, this is like, still a new experience because I'm still making these last stage of tournaments like just over 2 years later. But you can learn so much in such a short period of time, and I feel like I have. I feel, even though I'm not that old yet, I feel a senior player. I feel like I've been around for about 20 years and I kind of haven't really. So I've learnt a lot and I'm still learning. But you know, I think when I'm in these big major tournaments, you know, as you've seen over the last 3 years, I managed to perform at the best of my abilities at the right time, and this is when you want to be playing well, because like I said, I feel really good now. I feel really confident. I feel like I can go into the World Championships and become a world champion again. Now, I really believe that, but I didn't believe that 4 or 5 weeks ago, so I wasn't playing well enough. Now I do, which is a dangerous version of myself.
From what we've seen over this past week, and you are still the world #1, are you the man to beat so far in this tournament?
Yeah, I mean, of course, I still am a man to beat. I think a lot of attention goes on so many other players, you know, but me and Luke are the two that perform the best all the time. So, of course, we are the 2 players to beat. You know, of course, I'm really gutted that I did win the European Championships, because you know, as much as I want the better player, I felt like I had an opportunity to do that. And, you know, as you've seen over the last few years, me and Luke have pretty much cleaned up most of the tournaments. So, you know, I don't think I'm the man to beat. I think there's obviously 2 of us that the men to beat. So yeah, I still feel I'm a part of that, and you know, I still believe I can go up on that stage and perform at a high level for a long period of time, which is something that a lot of players can't do. So yeah, I'm in this new territory now where I feel a lot more confident about my game, and I'm just trying to relax and enjoy it a lot more than I have done over the last few years, because when I'm relaxed, like I said, I'm probably dangerous.
Cheers, Luke. Well done today. Thank you.
Just on that, when you're on the stage, you said that Luke Littler, you believe he has a higher ceiling than you. I don't think that's something you've ever said about him before. Why do you think that?
Yeah, I think you just say things in the moment. But I think his ceiling is like a lot more consistent than mine. You know, I can perform at these levels, but I don't maybe do it as often as he does. So maybe like you know, that's just a credit to him, because he's got such a great throw, and he just like does it time after time. Whereas these sort of, I know you're kind of saying like you shouldn't really be negative and stuff. Yeah. I'm not, but yeah, I think he just does it a lot more. It's like he's big 10 plus average. But now I'm starting to feel a little bit comfortable. I can, you know, perform at that level as well. And yeah, of course, you know, I'd love to meet him in the final. That wouldn't go my way being world #1, but you know, I love playing him. I get on really well with him, and it's always a good prospect playing him in a good final, because I really get up for it, and he does as well.
So it's nothing to do with like the age difference between the 2 of you. It's more just how you perceive his game.
No, I just think he's unbelievable player. Like he can hit so many. Like the stats would tell you, just very consistent with the big averages, and sometimes not.
I don't think you're far behind.
No, maybe not far behind, but now the confidence is coming into me a little bit, and I feel like I can do it a lot more often. Then yeah, I'll feel confident. But yeah, you know, we're close to each other. But I said he's got the edge, but it's up to me to get better and get more. Get on it and try and keep on his tail.
Will you be watching him on your day off tomorrow?
No, because last thing I want to be doing after a busy week is watching more darts, to be honest. Really, I wouldn't. But you know, that would be a game I would definitely sit at home and watch if I wasn't in it. You know, it's going to be a cracking game, and Josh is a great player as well. He's going to have to find. I did watch yesterday. He's going to have to find a little bit more than what he did yesterday. But yeah, that's going to be a good game, and if Josh can play like he can, then that could be an absolute cracker like it was in the match play.
And we know how much you look forward to playing Luke. You've had numerous finals and you always seem to play your best against him, but is it quite a weird predicament, because for the world #1 race you're almost be hoping that he loses maybe?
No, yeah, I kind of don't really know how I feel, because I always want him to win, and I want to kind of play him in the final, because I really look forward to it. But yeah, it's kind of like I just let fate take its hand, to be honest. You know, for me, like I said in my previous interview, I'm not really thinking about world #1 anymore, because the world's just going to be the one. You know, if I'm stood here, the Grand Slam champion, but not world #1, I'm sure I'll be more happier, because you know, I play this game to be a major champion. I'm not here to just be world #1. So yeah, if I can win, then I put myself in a good state going into the Worlds, and if I can win that, then I'll win it back anyway. So I think for me, myself, I have to win the Worlds to be world #1. If I don't win the Worlds, then I won't be anyway. So this is all just like a little bit of a free run for myself.
Thank you.
Last one or two, please, guys. Luke, just saying that you've done floor events and you've been enjoying it, and it's obviously helped you with your consistency. Do you reckon next year you'll take that in, a lot more players' championships, try and get involved a lot more?
Yeah, I don't know, to be honest. I've kind of been thinking about not playing any Players Championships next year, to be honest, like giving the whole tour a miss, because like it's so busy and you have to prioritise what you want to do. So I'll see how I feel. It's 34 days of darts, and I might just give it a go at the start and see how it goes. And if it don't go my way, then maybe just give it a miss and just focus on everything else, because obviously it's a busy lifestyle and. Not too busy. I see, like Michael Smith said yesterday, he's right. You know, you can't moan. We're kind of blessed to be involved in so much darts, so it's not like I'm moaning. It's just might be my decision to be. Do you know what? I might just spend them 34 days at home and miss one big tournament to sacrifice it, and I'll see how it goes. But I do enjoy playing the Pro Tour still a little bit, but yeah, it's hard because when you're playing on the big stage, I play my best when I'm on the floor. I just don't. So
Yeah.
It's harder for me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Luke, you seem to be peaking just at the right time, going into the busy period of darts with the 3 majors. Do you think the changes that you've made to your throw, as you said in the interview on stage earlier, do you think that's something subconscious, or was it just something that you felt you needed to do?
Yeah, it was a little bit subconscious. I feel like sometimes when I'm throwing, I throw too fast, and I don't really have that right rhythm. It's kind of, I'm just rushing them out my hands, and when I've slowed down the throw a little bit, I feel like they're a little bit more meaningful. So as soon as that first dart goes, and I with this slower approach, I feel more confident that I'm going to fill it up and hit 180s and 140s more often. So it's just something I'm going to adapt my throw to for the rest of the future for my life now. I feel like this really suits me.
And was that something that you worked on by yourself, or have you been working with other people on that?
No, that's just a conscious from myself. Sometimes you learn things on your throw a lot. I change my throw pretty much all the time. There's so many players, I think if you ask them, they do like they adapt little things. You kind of hold it in your finger here, then it's here, then it's here. You just change different things. I feel like just me slowing it down a little bit is working at the moment. If it doesn't work in a couple of months, then I'll go back to throwing fast. But it's just an adaptation of my game that I'm going to, hopefully make me a better player.
It seems to be working at the moment, and it should be a fantastic game on Sunday, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much, mate.